Hello there, welcome back to another Void Dwarf Studios. Yeah, we've got some more models coming out. I'm sorry I'm so late to this bandwagon. Life, unfortunately, life is busy, you know? Gets in the way sometimes. But mostly for good reasons. Right, anyway. So, Games Workshop released some new miniatures, Space Marines and Necrons, for this new Dark Imperium. I'm sorry, I still can't... I'm not a big fan of that logo. But anyway, let's try and not be negative. So, what have we got here? We have some close combat Primaris Marines, Intercessors, your chainsword and pistol board. I am happy with that. Very much. But the new Necrons. Those are some very cool looking robots. That's all I have to say. And who doesn't love Gauss weapons? We've all seen what they can do in the trailer now. And I'm liking the new joints and the new bits of plate armor, and also liking that they look a little roughed up. You know, I've always found it strange that Necrons always look pristine and perfect. These ones being a bit roughed up, yeah, I quite like that personally. And I imagine they'll function very much the same as the old Necron warriors, maybe with one or two new guns. Although I don't think any of these guns are new, they all look very familiar. But yeah, reanimation protocols. Those are probably going to get a boost, because that wasn't a pain in the ass. Speaking from personal experience. But no, loving those models, they look great. And this thing that I originally wondered was the Silent King. Nope, we now have confirmation that is indeed not the Silent King. It is a... Here we are. Skorpek Lord. Skorpek? Skorpek. I'm guessing Skorpek. And yeah, no, that's a new Lord. So that's a new HQ choice. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that's going to be interesting to fight. Yeah, no, I'm liking it. I don't know what most of those weapons do. I'm sure a proper Necron player can tell me. But yeah, no, that is looking sweet. I'm loving it very much. And the terrain, which I think might be Imperial. I'm guessing so. It's got like iron beams and things coming out of it. It's not Eldar, that's for sure. And a bit more Space Marines. We have this dude with his Volkite pistol. That was a nice surprise. He's got Storm Shield, Power Sword, Iron Halo, which is a bit, well, maybe that's just a symbol for the first company or something. It'd be a bit redundant having an Iron Halo when you've already got a Storm Shield, but hey ho. I don't think I'm going to necessarily incorporate any of these new models into my army, because as I previously mentioned, I have Black Templar Crusaders. I might get this model to convert him. He'd make a great Castellan or Marshal model. Yeah, I'll just get rid of the helmet. Maybe remove any any Ultramarine iconography I find. But no, otherwise I'm digging this. Also noticing that a lot of these new Space Marines have that strange cross symbol. I don't know what that's all about. It's very interesting. And this photo that's caused so much hype. Yeah, dude in the top right, that must be the Silent King. It must be. I don't know who else it could possibly be. It would be ludicrous if it was anyone else, in my opinion. We've got in the bottom left, there's definitely a Destroyer Lord with a very, very big Gauss rifle. Gauss cannon, I probably should say. And whatever that thing is behind it. Could be a new kind of Caliptech spider, maybe? Maybe. It's definitely a brand new model. Never seen that one before. You've got your Necron Warriors in the front, you've got the Skorpek Lord, you've got the dude with the wings. Yeah. I mean, I'm 99.9% sure it's a Catan, because what else could it be, really? I'm not sure which one, though. I've heard a lot of people theorising it could be the Void Dragon, but if it is the Void Dragon, first of all, did it escape Mars without anyone noticing? Which I suppose is possible, but I would have thought if the Void Dragon got out of its prison there would be, you know, lots of destruction and just general chaos, I would imagine. Yeah. But if it is the Void Dragon, I'm very curious how that came to be. But it's a gorgeous model, though. Can't argue with the model. And, yeah, no. The Silent King model looks equally gorgeous. It must be the Silent King. Can anyone else think of anyone it could possibly be? I mean, really. And here we are, some more chainsword wielding nutters with Volkite or Plasma. Could be both. It's a little hard to tell from the angle, but that's definitely the Sergeant. I wonder why they've all got that silly buzz cut thing that they have. All these new Primaris Marines have the same haircut. I don't know. Just give me Space Marines with beards, long hair. Or, at the very least, make them look a bit more characterful, you know? This guy looks very bland in the facial features. Beautifully painted, though. Like, gorgeously painted. I mean, people have been begging for Primaris Marines with chainswords and bolt pistols for ages. Just to try and give them a bit more of a close combat-y edge. And I'm guessing they're going to be their own separate unit, rather than having a mixed squad. Which is one of the reasons I probably won't use them for my Black Templars, just because, well, Crusader squads are amazing because you can mix and match between bolt gun and bolt pistol and close combat weapons. That's one of the reasons why I'm such an ardent fan of them. But no, for many, many, many other chapters, these are perfect. These are exactly what people have been begging for. And this. Yes, you. They are gorgeous models. The Blade Guard. Is that what they were called again? Yes, the Primaris Blade Guard veterans. I really dig it. The only little thing I'm a little confused about is why all the religious iconography? The Ultramarines aren't that zealous, really. They're really not. So why are they wearing... Why they've got so many skulls? Like, obviously it's the Imperium. There are skulls on everything. But there are so many skulls. And purity shields and prayer icons and such. And it's just strange. And again, he's got whatever that thing on his... I'm assuming it's an Iron Halo. I could be wrong. But if it is, once you have a Storm Shield, it's a bit redundant having an Iron Halo. Because Storm Shield gave you a 3+ save. And an Iron Halo is only a 4+, which, you know, is great, but Storm Shield's better. I'll definitely have a couple of these guys and convert them, because it's nice to have more sword-wielding dudes. But, yeah, no. The models are gorgeous. I question some of these little bits. I'm sure more will be revealed in time. Ah, yes. This is what so many people have been begging for, especially if you're Dark Angels or White Scars. Bikes. Lovely, lovely bikes. And I quite like the design. They've actually kept it fairly simple, which I'm personally a fan. I think if they had grav bikes, I would have been a bit, really, you know? Because the Imperium isn't really meant to have much in the way of innovation right now. I know Gunnerman's pushing for it like mad, but yeah, the Imperium isn't really willing to innovate yet. So making bigger, chunkier bikes, that's okay. That's all right. That makes sense, and I dig it, you know. But as I said, this is something people have been begging for ages, and yeah, models are gorgeous as always. Now, you're interesting because you suggest many, many things. This is the Judicar, who apparently he is a kind of, I want to say, judge, jury, executioner for Primaris. What the hell's up with his eyes? It's a very strange looking face, you know? Unless that's a helmet of some kind. I don't know. It doesn't look like a helmet. But yeah, he suggests something that I find quite interesting. So, what he does is he's apparently there to go around and lop off heads of anyone who's been traitorous or not doing their job properly, which is odd for an ultramarine. They don't tend to go for this kind of thing. Makes perfect sense for like a Black Templar maybe, or for some of the more zealous chapters. Again, it's the whole zealous thing that I find really weird with ultramarines. It doesn't really fit. Yeah, it kind of suggests that maybe there are things happening within the Primaris Marines that aren't going to plan. Like maybe there are some Primaris Marines who are getting second thoughts, you might say. Or maybe even worse, there are Space Marines, normal Space Marines who disagree with Guilliman, who this guy comes around and has a chat with. But the model, I like the model. I hope there's a helmeted version, because I'd be curious. Would he have a skull face? That could be interesting. But yeah, it suggests that interesting things are happening with the Primaris, that perhaps the perfect Mark II version of Space Marines aren't quite as perfect as Guilliman wanted. That would be, yeah, I would like that if I'm honest, because I've always found the Primaris Marines too good. You know, this is 40k. If something really good is happening, it can't happen for long, because otherwise something's wrong. You know, this is the 41st millennium where it's the grim dark. So now that Guilliman has these dudes in the Ultramarines and possibly in other chapters, that's interesting indeed. Yeah. Anyway, just wanted to share my thoughts, just have a quick look at these cool new models. Like I said, I'm not necessarily sure if I'll collect many of these new ones, just because I don't really need them. But they are gorgeous. No lying there. They are some gorgeous models. Anyway, I hope you're all having a good day wherever you are. I am Michael from Void Dwarf Studios, signing off.